Because that's another movie they like barely show the alien.
You see the leg, and you see the Joaquin Phoenix.
Welcome back, Sickos, to another installment of Best Motion Picture 2011. I'm Anna.
And I'm Madi.
This episode is a bonus episode. So, since this is a bonus episode, we are not going to be doing our typical scoring. We're just going to be talking about the movies and how we feel about them and stuff like that. We will be talking about 3 films today. Drive,
Captain America, the First Avenger,
Captain America, the First Avenger, and Cowboys and Aliens. I think I want to start with...
Who the hell are you? The first of many.
Just get it out of the way. I watched this a million years ago. I think I saw it in the theaters because it was when Marvel was first beginning.
Yeah, it's technically the 4th installment, I believe.
I'm pretty sure I saw this at the drive-in.
Oh.
I know that I rewatched it recently, probably in the more beginning stages of the COVID pandemic. I like Captain America, so I was like, I should probably watch Winter Soldier and Civil War. But to watch it and talk about it for this show, I'm like, wow, this movie is really not special.
Really, 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 really boring.
Yeah.
To me, so boring. I remember thinking it was boring the first time I watched it. I went through a big Chris Evans phase, our sophomore year of college. Winter Soldier is great. Winter Soldier is exciting. This one, so boring, so lame, and the CGI of red face that they did on
Hugo Weaving
aged very badly. It looked lame and stupid and dumb. I did love the way that they were vaporized. That was very funny to me. One of the reasons we're talking about it is it made so much money. It made so much money in 2011, but hold on, I have a train going by. I won't be able to hear you.
Oh, okay.
A loud one. But yeah, this movie is just not special when it comes to a film, you know?
Right. You said it was making money?
It was one of the top 10 grossing films of the year.
Obviously, it's literally the starting point, but I'm the starting point to the end point of what Steve Rogers went through and stuff like that.
He's such a boring, fucking, stupid, squirrely nerd. He is! Oh my god, cause he, is, what? Supposed to be, 19 or 20 trying to get drafted or whatever, right? His weirdo patriotism and killing Nazis and blah, blah, blah. It was no Inglourious Basterds.
Well, he said he didn't want to kill anybody.
But
He doesn't like bullies. Yeah.
Nerd!
The CGI did age very poorly in, multiple aspects of the CGI, I feel like. His weird face surprisingly was okay. Some of the special effects of the action sequences, there's just stuff that it was ugh, looks terrible.
That chase scene when he's chasing the first person who pops their tooth out, the things he's able to do in that scene are things we never see Steve Rogers do again. Oh, I will say about this movie, the supporting cast was awesome. Not that Chris did a poor job or anything. This had a good cast, and they all performed well in their roles. It was just a boring-ass story. You want to move on?
Yeah. The next one that I watched was Cowboys and Aliens.
Same.
I have seen this a handful of times before, not in the theater, but I think we rented it. This was a movie my dad was like, I like this. So I don't want to be it was always on, because it wasn't always on, but we would put it on because we were yeah, we can all enjoy it. We enjoy Harrison Ford, we enjoy Daniel Craig. It's Aliens, but it's a Western, everything else. I had not seen it in a few years, and I think it was a little bit better than I remember it, or what people...
It was significantly better than I remembered it. I saw this in theaters and was bored and thought it was stupid, and I have completely changed my mind on it. Really fun. I think it's kooky. I think that comes from my newfound respect for Westerns after the couple we've had to watch for this series. It is a teeny tiny bit of just suspend your disbelief. Why are their relationships well, they just have, it's well, it's from a book. and they have to cut things out of the book. Just know that they have a good relationship and keep moving.
I probably knew that it was Jon Favreau, like always, but I never quite connected in the back of my mind. Mando. That is a Western, but it's also a space Western because it's Star Wars and there's obviously aliens in it. And I'm just like, oh my God, of course. Like, of course. And he does a really good job with the Western part and with the alien part. Jon Favreau, this one, I tip my hat to you. You know, you have your hits, you have your misses. This one is a hit to me.
I am upset that this isn't more of a cult hit.
Yeah. It's a, like, pretty good movie. It's a popcorn movie, but it's like a good popcorn movie.
Boom. Yes. In the words of Cher, could have been a cute little popcorn movie. It is a good popcorn movie. And I ate popcorn when I watched it, okay? So I would know.
It would be a great sleepover movie. Better than Shutter Island should be a sleepover movie. Not quite like sleep over the movie. Oh my God, I like totally forgot at the end Olivia Wilde being an alien.
That's the only thing I remembered about the movie. The literal
totally forgot it.
Only thing I remembered. When Paul Dano showed up, I yelled, "Paul!" at my TV.
I was like, Sam Rockwell's in this? And then, yes, he was.
I forgot Harrison was in this.
Also at the end, previously when Daniel Craig regains his memory, how he got the bracelet and how he slashed the alien, how that alien played back the security footage and was like, I'm the bitch you fucking sliced across the face, remember me? Huh? It's time to finish fucking you up. I was like, oh my God, this alien was like, remember me, bitch.
Yeah.
That like gagged me. And oh my God, the little kid, that's Aang. You didn't know!
Well, good for him for being in this.
I rented it on Apple TV and it gives the Rotten Tomato score and it was like at a 40 something or a 50 something and I was like, oh my God, I wish the critics would like revise. It should be at least like a 60%. But to call it rotten, I think people were too harsh on it. It's so entertaining. Some people might have been mad that it was like they wanted gold. Like that's why the aliens were there. I don't know, what other reason are aliens here in other movies? It's like to colonize the planet or whatever, like...
Yes, in Signed, it's because, like, isn't it like their own planet was uninhabitable, so they take the risk even though they're allergic to water? I agree with you, like, the critics were, like, really harsh on this for, like, I don't know, no reason. Box Office Mojo projected, based on the performances of Wild Wild West and Jonah Hex, this is going to make maybe 90 million back. It might make budget back worldwide. It made a little bit more than they projected to make domestic, and then it did make a little bit well over its budget, but not enough to double it, you know? So, like,
right, yeah.
It's considered a very large box office flop because the budget was so high to begin with. This did end up making a lot of money. It's the ratio that fucks it up, but it ended up making a good amount of ticket sales.
And it's one, I think, for basically all of the actors in it, it's a rewatch one. Like, Daniel Craig, if you don't want to, like, get into a James Bond...
Girl with the dragon tattoo.
Jerko. Yes. But it's one's fun. Like, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I don't want to say it's not fun.
Is it gratuitous?
It's pretty gratuitous.
Okay.
This is I think the movie's rated PG-13, you know?
Yeah, because there's not much swearing, even though there is a lot of gun.
A lot of gun. Oh, speaking of a lot of gun, do you want to move on to...
Did you have any idea there'd be a second car?
Have you seen this before?
No.
Me either. What did you think?
I, like, really liked it.
Same. In, like, the first act of the movie, I thought, if there was less stuff about cars, I'd probably really like this movie. And then it kept going, and I really, really liked the movie.
I really liked the music. Nicholas Winding Refn, okay, I have seen one of his other films. I saw it when it, like, premiered at Cannes. And I remember also being like, wow, the music in this, and also in The Neon Demon, the way, like, he does blood, it's so dark and thick. It's kind of gratuitous, like, he literally smashes multiple people's faces in or whatever. But, oh my gosh, I really freaking liked it. Yeah. I was really sad when Oscar Isaac died. I was, like, gasping. I was like, oh!
This movie, I don't want to say kept me guessing, but I would say, like, I did not know where it was gonna go. I was never trying to guess. They just changed, and I was like, I had no idea. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I think so. The driver, he doesn't even have like a name. Like, he had such minimal dialogue. He was such an interesting person, but he didn't say anything. Like, he was so mysterious.
Ryan, yes, completely different from when we saw him in Crazy Stupid Love. So much of that was dialogue and timing and him being charming, and this was the opposite, and you still liked I liked him. Did you like him?
I liked him.
Those guys that are all obsessed with this movie, I guess they were kind of onto something.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm not like, I don't think it's quite in one of my new favorite movies. The one scene after Christina Hendricks is murdered, when he like pops out of the bathroom with like blood all over his face, literally, I was like, this is from Ryan Won't Eat His Cereal, the Vine account. And that's all I could think about. And then I was like,
that exact moment is when I thought, damn, he's come a long way from the Mickey Mouse Club. The fact that we had the same moment of just, Ryan, good night.
I was like, this is a much longer clip than 6 seconds. Did the guy speed it up? Because, like, do you remember Ryan Won't Eat His Cereal?
I remember seeing a couple. I did not see the clip from Drive, no.
Good times. It was a good movie. I'd definitely check it out. And I was like, not to lead in too much to, like, the points. This, out of the 3 of them, has the biggest cult following and the most relevancy. Like, you will still see Drive memes online.
I don't just see it online. This movie has come up in conversation for me perhaps twice a year since its release.
I was gonna say, Captain America, it's relevant because the MCU and Chris Evans, blah, blah, blah. That's like a different beast.
Yes.
With Drive, it's a like self-perpetuating legacy, because even like Nicholas Winding Refn, I don't know the last time he did anything besides The Neon Demon in 2016, and he was sort of on the rise in the 2010s, I guess, or like, he's an auteur filmmaker, sort of new, weird. I'm like, where's he been? Is he doing anything anymore? Do we like him? Was he canceled? Like, I don't remember the director even specifically, but like Drive has not left the pop culture like conscious at all.
I've seen like 3 tweets about it this week.
Yes.
Here's everything we've been sending to the Silly Sickos Twitter account when we see it online. Here's everything that we see about Drive specifically.
Cowboys and Aliens doesn't have this type of following, but we believe it should be given a second chance.
When we were putting together this episode and looking at things to include for this season that weren't Best Picture nominees, there were many we considered for this episode, including Transformers: Dark of the Moon, The Lincoln Lawyer, The Deathly Hallows Part 2, We Need to Talk About Kevin, and others. We chose these 3 for the reasons we've already discussed and continue to, because their relevancy is super important to today. Other than Cowboys and Aliens.
Cowboys and Aliens, no doubt, influenced, like, Jon Favreau knew how to do Mandalorian because he had already done an alien western. So that's the relevancy that it holds today.
Yeah. Cowboys and Aliens walked so that way me going back for more Olive at 4 a.m. could run.
Yes.
That's a legacy. That's that meme of the dominoes. I'll do one of those.
This special, I don't think we necessarily said, but this was like, we have to talk about these movies special.
Yeah.
The theme is we needed to talk about them, and also that they're sort of like boy movies.
That was I've been like mentally calling it the boy special, the boy stuff special. But like now watching them, I'm like, Drive is a movie for everybody that's old enough to watch it. I wish it had gotten more recognition. Critics' scores for this, it has like a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it has like a 78 on Metacritic. Like I was shocked. I was shocked at how high it is.
I don't know. I'm not completely shocked. Because like I said, especially at the time, like Nicholas Winding Refn was this like up and coming type of person.
But like to me, who just keeps seeing Drive memes for years and has slowly been annoyed by this film, seeing that, I was like, people liked this at the time. It's not just cult status. And then I watched it and I was like, They were all right. They were all right. I think that, like, wraps up everything we needed to say about the films we needed to talk about.
I agree. If you like this episode or have any thoughts about these films, leave them in a comment down below. Tell us maybe a film that... No, don't tell us a film, actually. We're not going to listen to you.
That, and we just don't have time, because next week is going to be our final episode. It is The Artist versus Shame, a movie that you can probably stream anywhere because it did win Best Picture in 2011, and a film that is NC-17 that you will have to pay to stream because it is not reachable and has not been for the entire time we have been setting up this series. But Michael Fassbender shows his full cock and balls in it.
Share this with someone who you watched Drive with and say, that gangster was Nemo's dad.
What?
No, but like there were certain times where he like yelled and I was just like, Nemo! Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye!
Bye.
Well, in the meantime...
When? These are recent.
No, these are in our apartment in 2019.
Oh my gosh. So it's your turn to intro.